Hello friends, now we'll see the isometric view when front view and top view is given. Object, in that way it is simple, but if we understand the orthographic views thoroughly, then drawing always it is very simple. So if we see the length of this object, so it is 90 mm, height is 45 mm, I have written, length is 90, height is 45, and width is, so it is 60. So these three dimensions while drawing the isometric view, these are very important. And once we mark these three dimensions, then what we can do, I hope all those dimensions are visible. Length is 90, width is 60, height is 45, origin is on left hand side. Then how to prepare the isometric box? Once again, I'll repeat the procedure like earlier examples. Mark the horizontal line, then mark the vertical intersecting line. Once we mark these two lines, then their intersection is going to be origin. So it is the origin. And after marking the origin, on both sides of the origin, mark the 30-degree lines. So one on this side, one on this side, and other on right hand side. (30-degree lines). Then after that, marking length, width and height is very important. Length is 90. We can mark length 90 on this line. With the help of scale, we can mark. So it is going to be 90. Similarly, width, it is 60. 20. So it is going to be 60. So I have marked length and width, and very important thing in this is marking the height. Height, it is 10, 20, 30, 40, and height is 45 only. We can mark the height. And after marking height, for preparing the isometric view very fastly, what I'll suggest, once you mark the height, remove the upper portion. So it will help you a lot while preparation of isometric box. So wherever you have marked this width, from that draw the vertical line. If you extend it, it will be useful. Again, so wherever you have marked length also, from there also you mark the vertical lines. Then afterwards, mark the line parallel to the length from this height towards right. Then towards left, it is going to be width. And wherever these intersections are there, from that also draw these parallel lines. So even though if these lines are extra, no problem, because these are very light, like this. So it is what the isometric box, and our object will be in this portion only. It will not be outside this. Again, one logic I'll use over here. If you see the front view, the major portion of the front view, it is not existing, especially this portion. So if you find this part is not existing at all, then can we remove directly that portion from this block? So we'll get some basic shape, and how much it is, how much we can remove it. So for that also, if we mark it, so leave 15 mm from both sides. So we have to leave 15 mm from this side and 15 mm from this side, and straight away its depth is 30. Its depth is 30, 10, 20, 30, like this. Means again there will be gap of 15 on lower side. So from this side also you mark it, and from this also 10, 20, 30. Mark this, and this portion we have to completely remove. So whatever this portion is there, we have to cut it completely. Then how we can cut it? Again, line parallel. So this we have to complete, means throughout its width we have to mark this line like this. Here also and here also. So whenever there is a such a rectangular cut, it is in that way quite simple. But always when we have to remove this, what we'll do? So we'll cut it. So this portion we have to cut. This portion completely we'll have to cut. And then there will be additional 3 lines we'll have to mark. How we have to mark these additional 3 lines? Because these are going to be the edges. So here only 2 edges are there. This third edge is going to be there, and its depth is going to be actually 30. 10, 20, 30 means it will be up to this only. So instead of marking extra, if we mark the correct line, it will be more better. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30 means from this edge, if I mark, it will match with this, and if I mark this edge, it should be like this. See what I have done. So this portion I have removed from this block. It will help us lot to solve this example in a simple way. Now from the origin, if I see, how is that origin? From origin towards right, so this line is throughout, it is 90. I'll mark it. From the origin, it is 90. I'll mark it. Then if we see it above 15, and this line is throughout, so here there is a dotted line, means from completely right hand side, so there is a straight line, means this single surface is there, there is nothing is there. So we'll have to mark this line up to this throughout that 45. And if I mark 45, then it is 15. Its depth is, if you see it, it is 30. It is 30, and we are finding this line throughout. That means if we start from this, it is throughout. So it is like this. And if you see the top view, so here there is a square, here there is a square, here there is a rectangle, and that rectangle indicates that it is a hole. Above this nothing is there, means centrally this rectangular slot is there. So this square and square. So now it is confirmed that this square is at frontal side, means it is at frontal side. The dotted line will be behind. Then prepare this square. How much it is? It is 15, 15 by 15 by 15. That means from this, if I mark (15) like this, then again from this also it is 15, and then it is a square. In the top view you can see it, its location also. It will be like this, and its depth is going to be 30. It is 30. It is 30. It is something like this. Then we can mark this edge is missing over here. It will be like this. And whatever this dotted line is there, so that hidden edge is going to be there. So means this column is on this side, and here, so it is angle shape, means this surface is single, and above it there is a partition, means this portion is not in this level where it is. If you see now top view, it is right at the back side, means so this portion we have to remove, and right at the back side, again there is a square column. So we can mark this. It is 15. It is 15, and it's 15. It is 15. Now we know its depth. Its depth is 30 only. So what we are supposed to do from this, mark 30. Correct. Here also again we have to mark 30. Depth of this column, and if we mark this, it is going to be a column. And if you see this top view, such complete surface, neglect this slot, then how we can mark it? So with the help of this edge, if I mark this, it is like this. Then its height from the back side, it is throughout 45, and width 60. Width is 60. This vertical edge is remaining. This vertical edge is remaining. Then here also, always what I'll suggest, what you have to do, so whatever this portion is there, so you have to remove light portion, then this object will look very nice. And after removing it, some additional lines also, dark lines, you will have to mark, that you can easily mark. So this portion is not existing. So this portion is not existing at all. So if something is remaining, no problem. So anyway, it is light line. But for our understanding, I am removing it. And now, for drawing completely this rectangular shape, now here in the isometric, it is going to be, it will be what? So first, I'll have to mark this light line first. Means its complete portion is going to be like this. And here also, for your understanding, I am marking the light line. And whatever that parallelogram will get, so it will be something in this, something like this. And in this portion also, so from that, so in remaining portion, you have to mark. And now I'll make this part dark. It will be in this way. Isometric is quite interesting if we understand and if we follow the proper practice. So whatever that visible portion is there, that we have to draw. See, this object is something like this. Only what is remaining over here, so actually, so whatever this rectangular portion is there, so there is a rectangular slot. Then for that marking slot also, what will be the best practice? See that 20 to 20 on both sides, and it is 16, and from this side 35, 35. So we have to mark this. How we can mark it? First, it is 20, means we have to leave 35, 35 from both the sides. It is 10, 20, 30, 35, this point, and then 10 and 20, this point. Just mark it. And over here, how much we have to mark? We have to leave 20 to 22, means from both the sides, it is 20, it is 20, 22, means the point is over here. And from this also 22, means how much is remaining? That 16 mm gap is there. So from this, so you can mark, even though if you mark this light line, no problem. So like this. So anyway, it is a very light line. Like this. So it is 16, and from this, it is 20. Means what we'll get? Centrally, we'll get this lot of how much? 20 by 16. So it is of 20 by 16, make it dark. it is 20. It is also 20, and it is 16, and it is 16. So just we have marked the rectangle. Now its depth is how much? So this depth is 15 only, means here these three edges are going to be hidden, but this edge is going to be visible, and from this we have to mark perfectly 15, and I think it matches perfectly over here. And if it is not matching, then again two edges will be there. So this is what the isometric view of this given object, and don't miss dimensioning. So you have to draw the proper arrow. It is 60 centrally above the dimension line. And in isometric view, always give the overall dimensions only. It is 90. And it is 45. So this is the isometric view of the given object. If you like it, then share this video, and if you are having any queries, you can comment. Thank you.